Hi guys, this is Pestily and welcome to another Escape from Tarkov video. And before I start this video, I just want to say that I've got a really sore throat, so I apologise if it's a bit croaky or there's it's not the clearest I've ever spoken, but I will try my best to make sure it's as high quality as possible. So in this video, they've released the patch 0.11 patch notes for Escape from Tarkov. There is a lot going into this patch and it's very, very cool. There's so many cool things to go over. So without further ado, let's crack straight into it. So first up, there is no wipe to be had. They stated this ages ago, the wipe wouldn't be on or with patch 0.11. My understanding it's probably going to be around patch 0.12, which if you go by their usual timeline of development, should be around February. So for the people that are keen on patches and not keen, or taking breaks between major content updates, they usually work on around a 3 to 4 month cycle, and we're about a month and a half into this cycle. So there should be about 2 months to go. That's all I've got for the white part. Now with the new location, the laboratory, the Terra Labs, this is going to be an underground laboratory. I've heard multiple information on how it's going to actually be ran. From you actually have to discover it to, and you're going to have to do a quest line to be able to get into it. And then also that you're going to have to complete certain objectives to escape it. Now, none of this has been official, except for in the patch notes it states, as this location is considered to be closed, it has special types of extractions. New mechanics imply the need to meet certain conditions for the activation of the extraction. So this is the new extractions that have been talking about. I think it's apparently the final way that they're going to be doing extractions. And also there's meant to be key cards in this map too. So to get access to certain areas, you need to have a key card. Next, they've got modifications to the offline mode. This is really cool because now you're going to be able to pick how many bots you want in the map, how hard they are, if there's a scav boss, and let people either practice being able to play against scavs, which is really cool, or try out different things, and they'll be able to work out different testing with certain things within the game. They have stated in the past that they are actually going to put in a private offline mode, so you can actually invite your friend to come along too, but that doesn't seem to be in this patch, but it's still good that they're moving to more offline mode testing, so make it a lot easier for us to make proper testing to the game. Now the new scav boss is going to be added to Interchange. His name is Killer. It's going to have an RPK, I think it's like an 87 round magazine on it. I'm fairly confident it's going to be the 545 variant. I'm really sorry if I'm wrong there, but it's going to be really cool. It's going to bring some more people back to Interchange. Interchange is probably still one of the most laggiest maps in the middle, and it looks like from the picture of Killer that it's on the second floor above the Kibber store. So hopefully they can sort out the lag and the desync issues and the frame drop issues with the stutters, because then that would make this actually really cool, because I know a lot of people are going to be excited for this. They've announced they're going to have an expansion to customs. Now, this has been a talking point for a long time, how there's a fair few bottlenecks in customs, particularly the bridge. Every single person, no matter where you spawn on the map, has to cross that bridge near a gas station to be able to extract the map. So to make the map wider and have extra ways of getting past that point is going to be really good. So there's been talk in the past of making the bush area behind dorms, or the forest, whatever you want to call it. I'm Australian, so making that further out so you could go out that way, or opening up new construction, which there's heaps of invisible walls there and stuff. I'd love that to be pushed right out too. Currently, Customs is a rectangular map. I'd like to see it more of a square map, and then you actually have the spawn points on all four sides, and then you have to all cross over. I think that would make it really chaotic, but fun at the same time. And yeah, so maybe they'll head that way. I'm not really sure. Next, we've got the new quests for all the traders. In total, 21 new quests. As always, I will be putting guides out for these as soon as I complete them. As soon as the patch hits, that's probably going to be the first thing I do, is get into smashing through some quests. So if you need help with any of those, the guides will be down in my channel as soon as I get them up. Usually it takes me, I don't know. It depends on how much help I get from the community, because some of the quests are like search an item and find it from somewhere. But I'm hoping that these quests are actually not just a search and pick up something or loot an item and hand it in. I really like the idea of trying different things with quests. So, for example, I know a lot of people didn't like the Mosin quests, but I think it's really cool how they tried different things with, shoot a scav from 80 meters away in a leg or a head. This is pushing the quest boundaries, I guess, and making it so it's not just such a linear game. There's different things you have to do. However, I do believe most of these quests will be evolved around the Terra Labs, and maybe even to be able to get into the Terra Labs. So that's kind of cool in that. Now, the new skill search will be, which increases speed of searching bodies. Now, in the past, this skill has been called attention. So I don't actually know what's going to happen with this. To my understanding, I know for a fact that as you level attention, you search bodies faster and you find better items. I've had arguing points with people that are saying that items are fixed within the game. I'm confident when I have a high level attention, I find more items and better quality ones. So I'm interested to see what the search skill is going to do. Is it just going to purely make it so you search your items faster, and it will be stacked with attention, or the attention skill is going to be modified as well? There's going to be new types of consumables called stimulators, and they're going to temporarily increase level of skills of your character, but can also have negative effects. So an example from this is you might have something like an energy drink, and you'll be able to run that a little bit faster because your heart rate will be higher. I don't know how that would work, but your endurance might be slightly less. So it's going to be something like that, which is kind of cool, but I think at the moment it's just not what I'm really that focused on, but I think it's a cool concept. It's been used in plenty of RPGs in the past. Some medications are going to have now a usage resource. This is something I asked for ages ago as soon as the meta animations kicked in, and I know a lot of people were on board with this one. Effectively, you've got this the tablets in the painkillers, and it shows that there's like 12 in there or whatever, and you just pop one and then chuck it away. So it's actually now going to be used 4 times, which is cool because everyone goes in with 2 to 3 painkillers anyway, or a couple of morphine. So this is actually going to make it so it's less clutter in your inventory, your stash, because you can just take one painkiller in and use it 3 or 4 times, which is really cool. Added the ability to pick up all insurance refunds in one mail. This also works for multiple mails from the flea market. Now, I'm sure everyone who's been using the flea market will know the frustration that the flea market is given when, for example, someone buys one ammo at a time from someone, or you've just put up like 100 things for sale, gone to bed, woken up, and they're all sold. So this is going to be really cool. And then same with the insurances. There's not going to be all that time wasted just sitting scrolling through a menu, trying to get all the insurances back. That's going to be done and dusted nice and quickly. Something we've been asking for a long time, and I'm really glad they're delivering on this one. Now, I'm fairly confident I know why this next one's coming into effect. New features of melees. Now, it will be impossible to pick up a melee weapon from a dead PMC. So my understanding to this is the fact that if you see someone running out with a tomahawk or a tactical sword or something like that, and you kill them, you're not going to be able to loot their weapon. And this is so they're just not an influx of all the weapons that are like really cool in the game. And it's going to make it so you have to kill a scav to get that melee weapon. This is just another way to slow down the way that everyone's not going to have, like, you don't want to have everyone in the game having all the tactical swords on the first day. Because as soon as one finds that you kill that person with the tactical sword, then that's 2 in the game, and then you kill those 2 people, die, and they've got in their melee slot. Next minute, everyone has the tactical sword, and all the cool melee weapons will be found on the first couple of days. So I like the idea of this. It's just a way to slow down the spread of cool items. Now, when you check mag, which is Alt-T, I'm fairly confident, when you check mag, it'll actually show you not just how many ammo are in the game, it'll also not only show you how many ammo in the magazine, but it'll also show you what type of ammo is the top round. So you've got FMJ in there, BP, BS, whatever. Now, this is the next really cool one. So now when greeting someone by pressing Y, is a hey, let's team up. The player whom you greet sees your nickname in the notification area. So this is actually going to be really interesting, because I can see a lot of streamers having this as a double-edged sword. Because if you go out to someone and say, like, you know, hatchling, you're like, hey, team up. They're like, oh, there's like Smoke. You know, Smoke does it all the time, and he's really cool. And he'll go up to a hatchling and then like get him some guns and that. And they'll realize that, hey, that guy's actually Smoke. And then they're like, blah, and then kill him. And, you know, I don't know. It could be double-edged in that way. But I think it's kind of cool in the way that you might actually bump into some really cool people too, you know. See what happens. Next one's going to be voice over IP anyway with patch 1.2, apparently. So that's going to make it interesting there itself. Now, when you receive your mail from the flea market, you will actually find out what item was sold. So that's going to be a little bit easier to track what you're selling. Add a new bar that shows the total cost of all your gear and stash. So I'm not really sure how this one's going to work. Is it just going to be based off the average value of the item on the flea market? But I guess that's pretty cool. Moving on to weapons and attachments, there is the ADAR 215, which I'm fairly confident is an AR-15, a Russian variant, however. The HK416, which is a 5.56 HK. The HK417 is a 7.62, which isn't going to be in the game yet. The RPK16, which is the 5.45 variant. And I'm fairly confident this will only be found initially off Killer, but it could be different. I'm not totally sure, but that's the current word on the street. The Remington 700, this is going to sit somewhere between the Mosin SV98 and the DVL. It uses the same rounds as the DVL, so I think it'll probably be around the price of an SV98, maybe slightly cheaper. So I think that's around 40,000 rubles at the moment, but I'm unsure yet. If it's available too early, however, you won't be able to buy the ammunition, so it needs to sit somewhere in the middle. So probably you'll be able to purchase it around level 20, if I'm not mistaken, because I think that's about when you'll be able to get M80 ammo. There's going to be different variants of the Mosin rifle, so that's going to be in this next patch, which is cool. So you'll get your short stocks and all that. The various weapon attachments, more than 80 in total, including the for P226 and the TT. So we're going to be able to start modding out some of the other pistols that we haven't been able to mod in the past. And there's going to be a heap of variety of weapon attachments, so that's cool in itself. Moving on to melee weapons, there is a heap of new melee weapons: the entrenching tool, bayonet, tactical sword, hatchet crash axe, machete, Grill's ultimate fixed blade knife, the ice axe, rebel axe, and the axe X7. So some cool melee weapons. I'm hoping to see some like little cool daggers once the cultists get added to the game. It's kind of almost a bit of a meme. I don't really do any hatchet runs or anything like that, but it's going to be cool to actually see something different than a hatchling. Maybe like an ice sling if they're using the ice axe, or I don't know. I'm making shit up right now, but you know, it's good to see that there's going to be some more variety of melee people in the game. Now, there is a shit ton of new equipment: night vision goggles, headwear, glasses, headsets, body armor, tactical vests, backpacks, and other items. I'm just going to cover a few of them that stood out to me, which is really cool. So there's going to be another night vision goggle. It's always cool to have different varieties, because at the moment you've always only had the one. So there's going to be multiple choices with that. When it comes to headwear, now I was approached by Clean, I think it was around 4, 5, 6 months ago, asking me if I wanted an item in the game, but said there was no guarantee of getting in there. Not sure if this is because of me or not, but I was a firefighter up until recently, and the firefighter helmet SHPM is on the list of items to be added to the game. So I sent in all the photos of my actual real life firefighter helmet, and hopefully that might have been an influence, because I just think it'd be cool to be able to run around with a firefighter helmet. So I don't know, could be my streamer item or not. Now, a few of us have actually spoken about it in the past. We've been keen on seeing actually a military backpack in the game. The Paratus 3-day operated tactical backpack is one of them. That's actually pretty cool. Moving over to cases, which will help the standard edition people with the smaller stashes until the hideout and extended stash space opens up. But magazine case, items case thick, that's already been in the game, but maybe there's something extra to do it. The Kappa secure container, and also a case for dog tags. So these are just more items that will make it easier to sort your stuff and put more stuff inside your stash, which is always going to make it easier for people to hoard. So if you're a hoarder, you'll get excited over that one. They are adding new items to the new ammunition to the game, which is cool. There's going to be more MP7 ammo, so there won't be just the rush for the APSX. And there's new barter items as well, so that's kind of cool in itself. Now, optimizations and AI improvements, they're mostly focused around the Terra Labs. They have added a new scav taunt now that they can react to a broken hand, broken leg, friendly fire from behind, or superior force of the enemy, or low health. So they're going to say different things depending on what the situation they're in. That's kind of cool. Now, moving over to fixes, there's some actual big ones here that I know have been frustrating people of recent. They fixed 2 of the invulnerability glitches to do with the factory, so the bio toilet doors and the office door, which was the breach room. I know a lot of people are going to be happy about that. So one of the fixes they've had is, it says bug putting a backpack in a backpack, leading to impossible of interactions with backpacks. Bagceptions are no longer going to be possible, so that's interesting. The Holison laser, which is the scope that I use 99% of the time because I'm too lazy to put a laser on, is now going to be fixed, and it's going to be visible to other players. So I'm still going to use it, but it's just going to be visible to other players. So that's kind of cool. That's finally getting fixed. Now, to finish up with some other changes, it's now going to be impossible to pick up dog tags from members of your own group. So you're not going to be able to go into a raid anymore in a group, inside a factory with 5 of yous, and just cap everyone that are all level 40 plus, and just take all the dog tags and sell them. That's not going to be possible anymore, including if you have your teammate die, you'll have to leave his dog tag there, which is kind of cool, because now you can be like, ooh, he was part of a group. where was he? Who was he with? Let's find out. And then you know, Detective Pestily on the case for finding out where the body died from. So that's cool in itself. It's deleting the traders from the drop down menu on when you repair someone. That's kind of cool because it's just making the quality of life better, and this is what we want. And changes the base price of some items. So all good stuff there. Now there is one I just a little skipped over them, which was balancing changes of body armor and plate carriers. I get annoyed at this one purely for the fact that we just need to get it to a point where we're okay, happy with it, and then leave it for a long period of time and just leave it so we could just call a meta on something. Like the M4 is the meta at the moment, or the SA58. It feels like it changes all the time. So we're like, which gun do we use now, this week, next week, you know? And then I understand like when the ricochet chance went through the roof and it was just broken, that's understandable. But I prefer to have it, so yeah, give it 3 months and then maybe make some tweaks based on the reaction after 3 months, saying, hey, we need to like dial down the armor on this body armor because that's the only armor people use, and stuff like that, which would make it better in the long run. So guys, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. I know there's a lot coming in this new patch, and I tried to skim over as much of it as possible with as much detail as possible on the information I know. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for future content. I stream on Twitch 6 days a week. Go down to my link below. Give me a follow over there. And lastly, I'll see you next time. So guys, as my end screen, I got a really sore throat, so I'm not going to actually sing today. But I just want to do a big shout out to all you guys. Thank you so much. We won the Breakout Creator of the Year category for the Australian Games Awards. That's thanks to all you guys out there who voted. There's plenty of people who voted over Twitter, the Twitch channel, and the YouTube. You guys are absolutely amazing, and thank you very much for this. I had an absolute blast of a night, and yeah, you guys are absolutely amazing for that. So thank you very much, guys.